All right, let's start Chapter 2. Chapter 2, Section 1 is solving one-step equations. We did do this a little bit last year in pre-algebra, so hopefully you remember how to do this. We will be using something properties. We will be using inverse. So what are the inverses? We have addition with subtraction, okay, those undo each other. Multiplication with division. Those operations are inverses, okay? So inverse operations undo each other. And with equations, we always have to remember what you do to one side, you must do to the other side. Okay, that is to keep our equation balanced. So here's example 1, y minus 8 equals 24. I want to solve for y, so in order to get something like y equals, I have to take this negative 8, or subtraction, I'm going to do the opposite. So instead of subtracting 8, I'm going to add 8. And negative 8 plus 8 is 0, so that goes away. I'm only left with this y. Okay, there it is right there. Y equals, and then 24 plus 8, that gives me 32. I can check it too. I can say 32 minus 8, is that equal to 24? 24 equals 24. Yes, it does. Okay, but you don't have to do this step initially with the one-step equations. It's a good thing to do on a test, but you don't have to do it during the homework unless you really aren't sure if you got it right. So 4 and 2/10 equals t plus 1 and 8/10. This is subtraction, so I'm going to do the inverse of addition, and I'm going to subtract 1.8, 1 and 8/10. So on my left-hand side, I'm left with 2 and 4/10 equals t, because 1.8, that's positive, 1.8 minus 1.8, or 1 and 8/10, those go bye-bye, and I'm left with 2 and 4/10 equals t. So that was practicing using addition and multiplication together. Let's take a look at multiplication and division. So negative 8 equals j, that's a j, divided by 3. This is divided by 3, so I am going to do the opposite, and I'm going to multiply by 3, or 3 over 1. Okay, both sides. So on my left-hand side, 3 times negative 8 is a negative 24 equals, this is like 3j divided by 3. You can also cancel out those 3's, and I'm just left with j. So negative 24 equals j. Example 2b, I have negative 48 equals negative 6v. This is multiplication. The opposite of multiplication is division. I'm going to divide by negative 6. Negative 48 divided by negative 6, that is a positive 8, equals, and a negative 6 divided by a negative 6 is just 1, so I'm left with v. You could also write 1v, but you don't have to. Okay, one more, and we're going to be looking at reciprocals. Okay, reciprocals are just fractions that are flipped. Numerator becomes denominator, denominator becomes numerator. And what's awesome about reciprocals is that when you multiply them together, you get 1. So let's look at example 3. I have 5/6 times w equals negative 20. I'm going to multiply by the reciprocal of 5/6, which is 6/5. Both sides, what you do to one side, you have to do to the other. And this would be like 6 times 5 divided by 5 times 6, 30 divided by 30, which is 1, or They both go away, and I'm left with W equals. Now here I have a couple options. This is negative 20 over 1. Now negative 20 and that 5 have a factor in common of 5. So I can cancel those out like that. So I'm left with negative 24. Okay? If you didn't see that, you would have negative 20 times 6, which is negative 120, divided by 5, and then that simplifies to negative 24. Okay? So if you cross it out initially, awesome. If you see that common factor of 5. Otherwise, you'll do it at the end anyway. All right, it's your turn. In 2-1, I would like you to do number 2, number 8, and number 13. Good luck, and I will see you tomorrow. Good night.